issue of speed has become a teeny-weeny bit controversial of late. And these days it's impossible to imagine a mainstream motor manufacturer building a bread-and-butter saloon capable of 100 miles an hour over the speed limit. But in 1990, Vauxhall did just that with this, the legendary Lotus Carlton. General Motors bought Lotus back in '86, and to boost the Vauxhall brand, they let them loose on the Carlton GSI. And by 1990, they'd come up with a rear-wheel drive supercar that even 10 years later is still the fastest standard saloon in the world. The straight-six engine grew from 3 litres to 3.6 and gained 2 turbos that boosted its power to a mighty 377 bhp and its torque to a gut-wrenching 419 pounds-foot. On the inside, it's made over like a late 80s boardroom with plenty of dark wood and black leather. Sadly, though, the dashboard is straight from a 1.8 Carlton GL. They did, however, spend money where it mattered. A 6-speed gearbox from the Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 channeled the power to the huge rear wheels through a limited-slip differential. The brakes and suspension were thoroughly reworked to make sure this middle management missile stayed on the straight and narrow. Fat tyres and a mean body kit completed the transformation. At £48,000, it was double the price of the regular Carlton, but it was still half the price of anything else with that kind of performance. Performance? Well, of course, with Top Gear being a responsible motoring programme, we will have to leave the public roads to demonstrate that. So how about we find a racetrack? When you're talking about performance, you're talking about 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds, 0 to 100 in 11.5. This is mega. And of course, this was in the days when you didn't even have traction control to switch off in the first place. This engine really is mightily impressive, and with the twin turbos there's no sudden great boost of power, it's just a constant surge that gives that massive torque figure. Although having said that, this Tiff is a bit on the soft side, so there's constant wheel spin from the inside rear as it scrabbles to get some grip. But it does mean there's plenty of power sliding available. Back in 1990, the car's top speed caused a national scandal. Both BMW and Mercedes had just agreed to limit their hottest cars to 155 miles an hour, yet the Carlton would easily pull another 20, putting it on par with a Ferrari Testarossa.
This is a 4-door family saloon that goes at over 175 miles an hour. Can you believe that? A family saloon. Who's the family? Mr. and Mrs. Fittipaldi. This car comes complete with a driver's ejector seat and a portaloo for the passenger.
But for police and safety groups, it was no laughing matter. For them, this car was plain dangerous, an invitation to break the law. Such was the furore, Vauxhall even decided to drop any mention of the car's top speed in its advertising. Cynics even suggested that police were upset because Vauxhall had just sold them a pup in the form of a fleet of 24-valve Senators that could only do 149 miles an hour. Cynics suggested that, but of course, we couldn't comment. But just as the Carlton broke cover, so the recession hit, and muscle cars with big price tags were just too high profile. Joyriders stole them, villains used them as getaway cars, insurers were charging premiums of £6,000, and potential customers just faded away. Yet mention the Lotus Carlton today and it still attracts enormous respect. It's that good. Best examples fetch around £25,000. Shabbier ones nearer 15. As supercars go, this really is something of a bargain.